Okay, today I'm going to take a break from the rapture painting I was doing because it gets kind of tedious painting in all those building lines and all that, so kind of needed a break. I've had this painting sitting around forever that I started, I don't know, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I don't even remember. Got this far, something didn't look right with it, so I'm going to see if I can fix it. I don't know why I don't like it, can't tell you really. All I know is I'm just going to play around with it. So in other words, in this video, you get to see me play around and figure things out. So I'm going to mix up some, what am I mixing up? Alizarin crimson, that's what I'm mixing up. Alizarin crimson with lemon yellow. Got some liquid in there. We're going to see if we can make this sky a little bit more interesting. I'm just playing around with it because I already don't like the painting. So since I already don't like the painting, I've got nothing to lose. And I'm mixing up different variations of this just directly on the brush. Just kind of going for it. See if we can make the sky a little bit more interesting. Doing it very thin, like a wash. See, already that looks kind of interesting. A lot more interesting than it did, in my opinion. Play around with this water a little bit, see if we can just get it to reflect some of that stuff in that water. All right, this is a lake. It's not the ocean or anything. So I do want some choppiness, like small waves to the water, but nothing like you know, 10-foot ocean waves or something like that. Let that wash come over them background trees, just kind of set them back a little bit. It gives it a little bit of a different look. It's kind of cool. All right, let's try moving into some warmer colors and see what happens. And in fact, I am going to put straight white right in there on that sun. Straight titanium white. It's right in the middle of it. Make that the brightest spot. Now I'm going to use some cat orange. It's a warmer color. Let's see if we can punch up some of this orange in here. See what happens with that. Added some titanium white to it, so it's not so orange. I have a bad habit of overdoing my orange, so I'm trying to hold myself back a little bit. Really like orange for some reason. Just reflect some of that down in the lake there. All right, I'm going to get out some cerulean blue. And maybe some turquoise. Actually, we're going to do cobalt teal, not turquoise, simply because I grabbed it first and I don't feel like searching for the turquoise. Cobalt teal is a better color anyway. All right, need a paper towel. Let's get another brush out here. I want to keep this fairly clean. Mixing the turquoise with the cerulean blue. Just going back in and putting some textural things back in on that. Breaking the sky up a little bit. Looks kind of nice. I kind of like that. Rub some of this color back into the water. I think that was kind of my problem with the water before too. It was had too much texture or something, or too many strokes. It wasn't soft enough. I think I just need to rub some paint over the top of that, and you just kind of soften it up a little bit doing this. Too harsh on the eye or something. I think that's what was getting me. See those harsh strokes will still show through, but this layer over the top will soften it up. Make it a lot easier to look at. All right, I can get a much bigger brush and do this quicker, so that is what I'm going to do. And this is a number 12 flat brush, in case you're wondering, the big one I'm using here. I tell you what, that just looks so much better because it's softened it up. I think that was my problem right there. Just too harsh. Wanted it to be softer. For lack of a better word. It looks so much better. I like that a lot better. All right. Let me know if you think it looks better in the comments. Let me get some clean titanium white here. Find a clean brush that's smaller. Okay, I got an angled brush, number 3. Just gonna go back in here and keep reloading my brush because it's gonna mix in with that paint underneath. I'm just gonna touch some sparkles on that water there. And this time I think I'm just gonna keep them sparkles way back in the distance. Put some yellow around that. Oranges. All right, I'm going to take a step back and kind of check that out. Man, that just looks so much better. So much better. All right. Now I'm going to, I think I'm going to put a fisherman right there on the dock. Excuse me. So I'm just going to get out some raw umber. I want him silhouetted. Get out some Prussian blue. Now I'm going to attempt to put this fisherman in without any photographic reference. So bear with me. So I just want him to be, real simple. Because I think you need something out there on the dock because it just doesn't look quite right without something out here. See, I think we had a little pole sticking up there in the water that we kind of covered up. All right. Put the dock reflection in there. And rub it in, mix it in with the other paint because I don't want it to be so harsh. Trying to get away from all that harshness. There we go. There we go. All right. See if I can make a fisherman that looks halfway decent here. And decide if I like the size of him or no, or if I want to make him bigger. I'm actually thinking that I want to make him bigger, so let's make him about twice that size, maybe. Just using that number 3 angled brush, trying to get a shape in there. Rim of a hat. The pole. Let's make his line white, I think. How about that? Barely I'm just touching and kind of letting it drag and letting it break, because that line's going to be hard to see out there. Barely putting it in. That's enough right there. Leave it. Don't make it thick. Whatever you do. I think that's just enough. I ain't even gonna show where it enters the water at. Kind of want this to be a soft, tranquil scene here. And it was just too harsh. I was going for tranquil, and the harshness was just killing it. All right, let me step back and look at this. See if I like the way it looks. It's actually kind of cool. Trying to think if it needs anything else or if that's good enough. I'm almost thinking that is good enough. I think that kind of fixed my problem. It's kind of simple the way I like. Sometimes things just have to be simple. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign this bad boy. Down here in this corner. And I'm not sure I want it to stick out that much. I want you to notice it, but not notice it that much. Notice it, but not be like an eyesore. David A. Paine, and then I always put the year. Some people say you're not supposed to put the year, but you know what? I like remembering when I painted it, so I put the year. Plus, it gives historical markers, you know. Not that I'm going to be a famous artist one of these days, but in my own little world, it gives me a historical marker so I can tell how the progress I make or whatever as an artist. Okay, excellent. Got one done that's been sitting on the shelf for a couple of years, and somebody wants to buy it. I can now sell it to them. Thanks for watching. Till next time, Christ is King, and Paine is out.